In this video, I'm going to be showing you the fastest way to make rupees in the newest 1.1.2 patch. The method I'll be showing you can be used to get a wide variety of materials, but for rupee purposes, the best thing that you can use for it is diamonds. The first thing that you're going to need to do is build your diamond catcher. So right now I'm here on the map, which is on the road that goes west of Lookout Landing. When you come out here, you'll come across these building materials. The first set of building materials that you'll come across going west from Lookout Landing, you want to skip. If you go slightly further down the road, then you'll find this set of building materials. And it will have these really big wooden planks. You're going to take the really big wooden planks, and the first thing you're going to do is attach them at a 90-degree angle. Then I would recommend saving in case you mess up at any of the next parts. After you do this, go into your auto build history and select your most recent history. This is going to be these two pieces of wood at the 90-degree angle, and make it. Once you have it made, pick it up with Ultra Hand and put it side by side with the other piece like this. Make sure that all pieces are flush and there aren't any big gaps. If you mess up the placement, just reload your save, but if you did it correctly, go into your auto build history and then use your most recent again, so now you'll have the two of them side by side, and put this next to the other ones that you just made. Have them all flush like this with no big gaps. When this is done, take out Ultra Hand, and you're going to shake off these pieces at the end that are still made of real wood and can be detached. Then you're just going to put them lengthwise together. Now you want to grab them and put them at a 45-degree angle like this, and attach them near the bottom. Attach them like this on your 90-degree pieces of wood. Now you're going to take out a stake, and if you haven't gotten a stake yet, you can get stakes at the Zonai dispenser up here, and you're going to be able to get to this one from the Ulri Mountain Skyview Tower. It's going to be right above the Hudson construction site, which is right near Terrytown. Now you're going to take your stake and flip it around so that the sharp side is pointing towards you. Then you're going to take it and rotate it so you can press it up against the corner of these 90-degree pieces of wood. So this is what our structure looks like right now, and the stake is going to be on the opposite side of these planks. Now you have your diamond catcher built. Next, you're just going to go to any chasm. I'll show you the chasms that I verified this definitely works with. So the Hyrule Field chasm, the Forest of Time chasm, the East Akala Plains chasm, and this chasm up here. The East Akala Plains chasm is probably the easiest one to do it in because there are a lot of landing spots on the way down, but any work. I'll show you how to do it in the Hyrule Field chasm because I think everyone will probably have this one. And if you don't have it, it's just south of Lookout Landing and north of the Jyosin Shrine by a little bit. The first thing that you're going to do is jump into the chasm, and you're going to be gliding down while keeping an eye on your Z coordinate. The Z coordinate is this number down here, and you're going to be watching and trying to land right around 150. You can also shoot a hoverstone below yourself once you're around 142 or 143 to get the same effect. But I'll show you this way where you just land. So just find a place you can land and adjust yourself to around 150 to 160. Then you're going to take out the structure that you made earlier. Hover it until you find a spot that it can build, and build it. Then switch to your recall so it doesn't fall in the chasm, and pause time. Then switch back to your Ultra Hand. Now you can grab it, and you're just going to rotate it. Rotate it so it looks like this, and then you're going to attach it right below yourself or attach it to any wall. What's important though is that when you jump onto it, you're going to need your Z coordinate while you're on the boardwalk thing that sticks out to be right at 156, 155, 157 might work, but it's hard to get to work. Once it's placed, run out to the boardwalk thing and check what your Z coordinate is going to be. Mine's at 157, so I'm just going to adjust it up a little bit really quick. Adjust it however you need to get it right at -156 or -155. If you did have to make adjustments, then once you're done, just run back onto the boardwalk thing and make sure that your Z coordinate is at -155 or -156. And you can see that now when I'm out on these planks, it's exactly 155, which is perfect. This setup number will be the exact same in every single chasm. Once you have that, you're going to pull out a multi-shot bow. I'm going to use a 5-shot bow, but any multi-shot bow will work to duplicate with, it just changes the speed that you duplicate. Then you're just going to pick an arrow fusion for your bow. So right now I'll pick these diamonds. I'm starting with 96 diamonds. Then just aim up and shoot them towards the end of your diamond catcher like this. They'll all hang in the air if your Z coordinate is right. The maximum amount of objects you can have is 21, so only shoot 4 shots at a time if you're using a 5-shot bow. Then you're just going to run up the side of your diamond catcher a little bit, and this will trigger them all to fall. I lost a couple there because I messed up, but if you do it properly, then you'll catch all of them. You can continue doing this process as many times as you want. So again, just aim up and shoot in the air, and they'll hang in the air. Then run up the side of your platform, and they'll all fall down like this for you to collect. This works because you're shooting between 2 load zones, which deactivates your arrows, and then going up back into the second load zone is going to make all of your items drop. Make sure not to shoot too low like this, or else you'll hit the wall. If your items hit the wall, then they will break. They'll also break if you shoot them into each other. If your diamonds don't get stuck in the air, then that means that your platform is too high. If the diamonds don't fall when you walk up the side of your diamond catcher, then that means that your platform is too low. One last thing to be wary of is that shooting your bow at too high of an angle will cause the spread to reduce and make your items collide with each other like this. That will reduce the amount of items you'll be able to collect. So right here I got about 5 less diamonds than I should have gotten because of the spread being too low on the bow. And I'll show you here, even with a couple mess ups and examples of what not to do, I went from 96 to 142 diamonds. Now let's see how much money we made in that time period. So we started out with 96 diamonds, now we're at 142. And that's a difference of 46 diamonds. And 46 diamonds is going to be worth 23,000 rupees. So we just made 23,000 in that short amount of time. That was done in about 1 minute and 30 seconds, including the examples of what not to do, and also losing some diamonds from accidentally shooting them in bad spots. So if you do this right and have it optimized correctly, you can definitely make over 100,000 rupees in 5 minutes. And I'm going to really quickly show you an alternative way to do this too. This way isn't quite as fast, but is a little bit easier to optimize. So you're going to drop through one of these chasms near the Poplio Foothills Skyview Tower, and this is to the southeast of the Hyrule Field Skyview Tower. Once you drop into one of these chasms, you're going to make your way over to the Construct Factory. So basically you're just going to want to follow one of these paths that I'll make for you with my cursor, and this will lead you to the Muokuji light route, which is where you want to go. Then if you go just in between the light route and the factory, you'll find this structure. And in this dip in the middle of the structure, you're just going to ascend directly up through whatever means you know how. I'm going to show you with a balloon and a flame emitter and a cart. Ascend directly up until you hit the ceiling in here. Then once you hit the ceiling, you're going to paraglide over to the east. You'll know you're going the right way because you'll see the big cave start to open up. Follow the cave in the direction that it's opening up until you reach around the 156 Z coordinate like I mentioned earlier. You'll see the fog change as you ascend and descend. This shows you where the trigger is for the load zone. From around the 156 mark, you're just going to aim up the chasm and shoot whatever you want to get more of. Again, this is using a multi-shot bow because it does consume one of whatever you're shooting every time that you shoot. Just like in the other spot, you can choose whatever you're shooting and whatever you want to get more of. Once you're done shooting, you're just going to run up and collect whatever it is. And then you're going to go back down to the 156 mark, aim up, choose what you want, and shoot again. Each of the 2 ways of doing this comes with its own advantages and disadvantages. I would say this area here is a little easier to set up, and it's a little easier to not get big items to collide with each other. But the other method can be done in literally any chasm, and it does produce more items faster if you do it right. The first method that I showed is also faster to get to, but it will cost some zonite to set up. Anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.